Sp4ghet lost against Swan Gambit just now, and before playing this game, and Mada lost against Lenly 10 minutes prior. Now, I will say, I feel like Mada is more of a player where losses will stick to him, and Sp4ghet, to me, seems like more of a player that can kind of shake them off, just go next game, you know? So hopefully Mada comes into this game with head held high and motivated to go out and get himself a win. As we do get this game going, straight into round 1, game 1. Sp4ghet sends us to the east side of Florida. We'll see if Mada follows suit.
I do agree, Mada is definitely one of the more passionate gamers, which really can affect your mental while playing. And it is indeed
it's going to Florida. A bit further down towards Fort Myers, though. So, small damage. Small damage. I mean, we say that. We saw in the previous game how much impact small damage can have.
It can matter. Never discount them, because you never know what's going to end up on. So we are in Malaysia here. We have the flag as well. They are both looking at it. I don't know if it will contain. We have some area codes. It seems like a lot of oil palms makes you think maybe more the northern side, especially with how hilly it is. Yeah, the northern side of Borneo, Sabah, does make sense to me.
They're both up there. At least initially. I'm not sure if Sp4ghet actually. I mean, you can see he's hovering around on the map. Is he looking for... Maybe he had some city info on that sign? Selamat datang ke. I'm not sure what that means. Whether it's just hello, welcome to our city, or if it's actually the name of a location.
Yes,
Selamat Mada is way out in the forest.
Selamat datang means welcome. I mean, the ending could be an abbreviation for a place, but also on the bottom, after the zip code, there's some place name. So they are looking for that currently, I would assume. It maybe said Nebawan, yeah? He's on it.
Could have. Very well could have. And... well, the location is off screen. I'm not sure what that's all about, but it's going to be 500 damage done to Sp4ghet nonetheless. So, staying together. Round 1 goes one way, round 2 goes the other. As we now head into round number 3.
We do indeed, and we are in the US by the looks. We have the yellow lines, short license plates. There's a church nearby. Kit contains some information. Don't know if it's enough for them to work it out. By the looks, it looks more like the western side of the country with those large pines. But besides that, I don't really see anything too useful. Now we have these white lines I was talking about earlier, and now it is Oregon with that.
Now we know. Take notes, chat, so you don't end up in Oregon when you want it to be in Nevada.
Could happen.
California, or whatever that was in the previous round. Looking for additional info. You'd have to imagine that there's been quite a bit of info available so far that they could go off of, but of course they want to get the exact location down. If you're going to take all the time anyway, you might as well see what more you can find. They're both pretty much on top of one another, and yeah, equally far from the exact location. 64 damage. Shout out to Super Mario.
Yeah, guessing around Eugene is always a very good hedge, as we call it in GeoGuessr terms. Hedging just means covering a lot of possible areas of possibilities. Yeah, and now we are in Australia. We had some circular reflectors on the bollards, which you see a lot in South Australia and Queensland, but by how sandy it is, it should be South Australia, somewhere along the coastline.
Mada clearly feeling pretty good about this guess. We'll see if it's gonna pay off for him. Sp4ghet zooming all the way into Port Victoria, trying to see if there's a road that lines up for him. Doesn't opt to change last minute, and Mada, good reason he felt good about it. On point with this one. 2,700 damage done to Sp4ghet.
Yeah, Sp4ghet was considering that other peninsula right next
smiling,
to it.
Mada.
Not further. He's happy, of course.
This is
but
beautiful.
That guess, it is looking pretty. Some very clear blue water. And we have a B-type guardrail, which are these flat guardrails. They are not like rounded, and that's something you see a lot in Croatia, which would make sense to me here. Yeah, Mada just going somewhere in the middle, covering a lot of places. However, Sp4ghet is getting to a sign which could have the needed information. We have Split and Herceg Novi. Herceg Novi is in Montenegro, so we should be closer to Montenegro here if we have it on the sign already.
We'll see if he's gonna get it.
All the way
They're gonna be
on the
somewhat
east.
close to one another for sure.
On the border pretty much.
Yep. Could have been even bigger damage come through had he opted to commit further southeast, but he didn't get his map open before there was like 5-6 seconds left to work with, so limited how much he could really maneuver around. As we're now going to route number 7, or 6, sorry, make that, with Mada still ahead.
Yeah, definitely. We have some French language on that. Couple informations here. We have a town sign. We also have the famous D road, which you never can really work with, but if you have a good vibe, if you know the rough region, you can still scam for it. You can get lucky.
Let's just say that to the viewers real quickly, because I get baited by it all the time. Just because you see a D road and you find the D road in France, they have them all over the place. Like, there can be D15, like 200 of them in France. So don't be fooled by the fact that you found the D road, as Mada once again is on point. Good thing for Sp4ghet is that he was in the nearby vicinity too, because that could have been very, very uncomfortable.
Definitely. So as I've mentioned, if you get the right vibe, you can look for the road number, and that's what Mada did. Getting very, very close there. As we move on to the next round, we have the Turkey round, actually.
5K, I'm ready to know, just give it to us.
Of course.
Oh.
Let me read the signs a little bit more so I can give you a vibe guess.
Okay.
Well, it's saying Bursa and Kestel. Kestel is east of Bursa, and Inegöl is also east of Bursa. So we should be somewhere in between that, and that's where Mada is right now. Sp4ghet didn't really go to that sign. He did stick to those signs.
1900 health with 4 times multiplier. This could potentially be game 1 to Mada. We'll see. Does he line it up perfectly? He might have.
There. He's very, very close. I think it was just one road over, and that will be enough to close out the game. Sp4ghet did stay too long on those overwhelming Edward signs, which usually don't contain the best information in Turkey, because, yeah, they usually, maybe you will find an area code, but usually they don't contain the city names.
Mada is bobbing his head so hard while playing. I'm curious what his playlist is, because he's feeling very, very good about this one. I was concerned with his mental going into this game, but after that great guess in Australia that was earlier, you could just tell on his face, like the way he was smiling, he was feeling very, very confident. And for good reason. Now he's up 1-0. We'll see if he can continue this against Sp4ghet.
Yeah, and we are in a sandy desert. We are in Oman, somewhere inland, because the mountains are north and far south in the country, so we should be somewhere in between. Could still be pretty far south, because the mountains start very late only on the coast. Well, actually, there is a mountain ridge on Sp4ghet's screen far north, so it could be a bit further north. So let's see where it ends up being. For now, I like Sp4ghet's guess more based on that. But you can always have some random hills here and there.
Definitely could. We'll see if he's going to be on point. Not quite the case. Mada swings hard in round number 1. 1100 damage comes through. Sp4ghet, of course, I mean, never count him out. He was the first player, I believe, in the Pro League to get a win off of Blinky. Blinky won 12 games in a row to kick off the Pro League season. And Sp4ghet, I believe, was it you and I who casted it? I believe it was, or was it me and Siggy? It just came in and, I mean, just bish, bash, bosh. Blinky was down and we were left completely jaw-dropped going, wait, what just happened?
Yep.
So do not count out Sp4ghet.
Not at all. Not a single player in this league, I would say. It's always possible that these upsets can happen.
Yep.
They do happen a lot. Especially in a game like GeoGuessr, where you always need a little bit of luck on your side. It is a part of the game. And in this
want it, but Mada clearly doesn't need it right now. He's playing incredibly well once again. 2 rounds in, Sp4ghet already sat at under half health. This is looking to be a very quick 2-0 for Mada. But again, we've jinxed that so many times at this point that I'm very terrified of trying to claim things at this point.
This time we should be in Kazakhstan. This looks like somewhere in the middle to me. We don't have the wire on the left, down there where Sp4ghet is looking right now. He's looking for it. If you don't have it, we are not in the west. So we could be somewhere in the middle or in the east. The eastern side has more of a fall coverage, therefore we should be somewhere in the center. The south has most of the times winter coverage. And by ruling out all these areas, yeah, we should be somewhere east of Astana. Now it's a matter of lining up the road and finding the right alignment.
Let's see who's gonna get it first. 15 seconds still left to work with. Neither of these guys wanting to lock in their guesses early on. 10 seconds now. Sp4ghet, again, I mean, only round 3, but really wants to take some health off of Mada. Should this one go all the way down to round number 10. Neither of them are going to lock it in. They're both going to let the time run out. And it is going to be Sp4ghet closer, as a matter of fact. Almost a 5k, 1 point off, but they were both on the road. They were both in the vicinity. So even if you win this one, it's still only going to be 8 points of damage.
Yeah, especially on a round like that, it's common to see that the players will let the timer run out because they use that time to still look for a better alignment where it all fits perfectly. Definitely time needed there, but we are back to Germany once again.
Yeah,
and once again, the sign is just slightly far away.
Exactly. In Germany again too, like, guys, make those signs bigger. We need to see what it says.
I think Alsbach, Atzbach, something like that. I don't know.
Cannot tell. Let's see. Both of them, neither of them could tell, it seems, as it was. As a matter of fact, over towards where the guest came through in the Harrier round just moments ago. Over towards Cologne on the far western side. As, again, Mada able to stay afloat. Just 8 damage done to him so far. But now, we go into the vast open plains of where?
Well, I was expecting you to tell me where this road is.
Oh, of course, it's in Arizona.
But yeah, wow, how did you know?
I'm just a genius. It's not at all because I waited for Mada to put it on down his mouse.
Well, they are both considering
I like how
something.
I got you there for a second. Like, wait, what? You know this?
Well, we have the sun in the south again. We also had that early on the other US round, where you can sometimes mix it up with countries like North Mexico can look like the US. You can have Argentina looking like the US as well. But in this case, especially with this tree on the side, it looks very American.
Yeah.
And
Utah, Colorado,
these dry
Wyoming
opens,
border.
yeah. You can have them in a lot of those states, which got hedged there. Feels a bit more southern with the shrubs, to me.
See, Sp4ghet needs a win here. He's not gonna get it though. It's gonna be Mada once again. It's not gonna hit hard, but it's gonna be enough to set him right on death's door. Mada sat 1-0 already, practically flawless here through this game. Sp4ghet needs something big to turn this one around, and I'm afraid this won't be the place you get it.
So we have what? We have a brick building. We have some rolling hills. The eastern side of Belgium could make sense. It could be the UK with brick buildings. Hey, Toby, it could be even Denmark, which I don't think here.
No, we don't have those fences.
But
all those
with
hills
I mean, with those 3
we don't have
clues
those
I
fences.
had mentioned, but yeah, these fences.
If this is Denmark, I would be surprised.
I don't think so. Especially that one building with the chimneys on the side. I think that's
But now I have
more
to take
of
it
a
into
thing.
account that it could be.
Don't think so.
No, I don't think so either.
No, it should be the UK, especially with the building on the right, where the chimneys are on either side of the building. Exactly that Sp4ghet is looking on.
When in doubt, go in
something.
between 4 countries. I like it.
Should be British Isles here.
Yeah.
And it is just in the middle of England.
It's a big one. Mada committed. He was the one to get the win off of it, and that's going to be a 2-0
win
as Mada now embracing the glass meta that Lindy put to use. Got himself the Italian
as well. He's
spectacles
cold
on there, and would you look at that, Mada out victorious, looking as confident as ever.
Love to see that. Mada